Hello and welcome to Murphy's Garden, and this is just a short little video just on one of the many jobs I'm up to at the moment. It's a beautiful day and I've been out in the garden all day, and I find I get very distracted, so I'll walk up the garden, see something that needs done and start weeding an area, and then I'll walk somewhere else and see something else. I just get completely distracted all the time, and I seem to have about 50 different jobs all on the go at the same time, and this is just one of them. But this is a job that I started a few weeks back and I'd quite like just to get it finished really. So behind me I'm just sitting on this little ladder, this little step ladder, and the history of this little ladder is that when we first moved to this house back in 2009, the children were quite little. I've got two children and they were just little at the time, so it was quite important early on to build them. We built them a little playhouse and they had swings just to give them something to do and have fun and enjoy the garden while we were busy doing all the things that we were doing. So Alistair and his dad built this beautiful little playhouse, and they had years of fun in it, and we've got lots of happy, fond memories. But now the children are all growing up, they're 18 and 20 now, so have no use for a playhouse. So we had this is the little ladder that went up to the door of the playhouse, and it's really solid. It's very hard wood and it's really solid little structure. So when we took the playhouse down, we used it, or Alistair repurposed it to make just a little step ladder on which I could put my plants. So I had it all set up and had all my succulents and things on it, and it looked really lovely. But sitting outside for several years, it started to rot. But the bit that rotted really were we had these little shelves on the ladder, and it was those that they were obviously sitting with water on them, so they started to rot, and it hasn't been used for a few years now. It's just been sitting around the back of the shed. So we pulled it out the other day and thought it would be quite nice to reuse it again, recycle it again if we possibly can. So we bought this time some little plastic trays with an idea that they won't rot quite as quickly. And I've been in the process of just taking all any rotten bits of wood off, filling it and repainting it all. So it's all done, and we'll just go back to that process, and then you can join me as I just start to put the little trays on. So I'm just around the back of the shed, excuse all the mess, but you can see this is the step ladder, and you can see that it is a little bit rotten in places, but it's quite superficial, it's nothing too bad. So we'll just begin by just taking off any rotten bits, and then I'm going to treat it with this stuff. So this says it fortifies decayed and rotten wood and will set rock hard and is a good base for filling. So I just paint it on and leave it to dry. And it really did do what it said on the tin and made a really secure, stable base on which to fill. And this is the filler, and Alistair's actually done the filling for me, so I haven't got any footage of that, but this is it all done. And he's filled it beautifully with this Ronseal product and sanded it down so it's all smooth and ready for me to paint. And the paint I'm using is this Ronseal weatherproof wood paint. By the way, this video isn't sponsored by Ronseal, but it probably should be. Anyway, so we've painted the shelves with that, and that looks good and hopefully should make it withstand the outdoor weather conditions. And here goes, stand back Murphy, mummy with a drill.
Harder than it looks, isn't it? It's harder than it looks. What's Mummy doing?
Murphy, you're getting in the way, darling. Okay, so I've now got these little trays, and we've drilled holes here and here, just so that when they go onto the shelves, water can drain off either side. So that's the plan. And they didn't fit exactly, there's a bit of movement there, but I don't think it will matter once the plants are on here and things are sort of cascading down, depending on what I'm going to put on here, but perhaps some erigerons and things like that would look good. So next I'm going to drill these to the ladder. So we've worked out a little system whereby we can find the centre and we used that to find the centre, and it was the same both sides, so that's there. And then the other thing we did is just mark on a bit of wood where we want the drill holes to be. So I'm just using these little sort of decking screws. There we are, I think that's all done, and now for the plants. So another little project completed, so we're ticking them off, and I'm really pleased with this because this was just something that's been lying about and rotting, and it's lovely to give it a new lease of life, and we'll enjoy it for a few more years to come because it has got lots of sentimental value. I remember my little kids trundling up and down the ladder and me taking them up lunch to have in the little playhouse, so it's got lots of memories, and we can hopefully have more memories with it for a few more years to come. So if you like what we do, don't forget to like and subscribe, and join us again in the next video. Bye for now.